Hi, everybody!
The intro. What happened?
We're not live. We're not live.
We're not live?
We're not live.
It looks
We're
like
not
we've been
live.
live for like 10
We're not
seconds.
live.
We've been live
Yeah.
for 12 seconds.
We're not live.
13 seconds now.
We're live.
We're not live?
We're not
We're
live.
not live.
We're not live.
us, Gary.
Okay, live and alive are two very different things.
Shit, I'm
We're
not alive!
We're live, we're just not
Alive?
alive.
I've got a
hiding.
bad case of alive, and I don't know what to tell you.
Got a case of the livins.
Hello, everybody.
Yes.
Hello.
Back to the show. Okay, so how long has it been? There's been...
My name is Jeff.
Oh, man. Okay, so is this our first one after we, had a postponement? Or was that the last time?
I think
yes.
No, this is regular on schedule.
This is regular on schedule. All right,
This is-
great.
Yes.
So, never mind. Nothing to see here, everyone. We're normal people right now.
Don't go lying to the people. Jeff.
Okay, all right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Nothing
I
out
took
of the
that too
ordinary
far.
here.
I took that too far. I'm sorry.
The pinch.
We are
welcome
normal.
to
We
Don't
agree
you
on this
ever
again.
call us normal people.
How
Welcome.
dare you offend Annie like that?
Welcome to another edition
Willkommen.
of Soundbooth Theater Live. Oh, man.
Ah!
We have almost our full cast today. I'm
That's
missing
impressive.
JTJ. Dude, JTJ has been retired from Soundbooth Theater Live now for
Well, there are
2
just
months.
so many green beans that have to
Right.
Yeah, he took the
He's-
whole thing
he's
south to
and
Mexico.
yeah, he's
Peas
expanded.
And beans.
Yeah.
He's expanded to asparagus.
gotta be
Here. We're never gonna
yeah.
see him again.
And if he does come back,
was,
we're gonna eat him.
he was talking.
Where's JTJ?
he was talking. He's
on
going
a
to
trip.
Mexico, actually. Yeah,
What
he's
the-
on his way to Mexico,
Hell yeah.
which
Wow.
is the opposite of Canada.
Yes, it's the
Yeah,
opposite of Canada.
Yeah.
That's actually a question on physics tests.
Yeah,
What is
it
the
is.
opposite of
It
Canada?
is.
Like geographically, that is.
There's a
is
complicated
Mexico.
mathematical proof for that
Yeah.
too when you take
There's-
discrete mathematics.
Right,
That's the
right.
final exam in a lot of classes. They don't tell you that.
It is.
They
What
have
is
to
the
write it
opposite
on
of
the
Canada?
board, and they're just like, "Try solve this."
It's
geniuses.
it's counterintuitive.
Yeah, very.
All right.
So he is spreading cabbage and iceberg lettuce through Mexico at the moment.
Man.
Which historically they don't have down there.
No, they don't. None of that.
Random
Garbage.
fun fact: did you know there's a very famous brand of iceberg lettuce called Titanic, and that's the most senselessly tasteless thing I've ever heard, and I love it.
Just like iceberg lettuce.
I love it.
That's
Yeah,
great.
exactly. Just like iceberg lettuce. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Tasteless. Yeah.
Senselessly tasteless.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have any nutrients. There's no
Why is
reason
it
for
even- why
iceberg
is it even a
lettuce.
thing? Yeah.
What
And
a
then
way
it's
to start the show.
crunch.
It does have crunch. It does.
Yeah.
So
There
did the
is value
Titanic.
in
Texture-
crunch.
So does glass.
Oh,
is not
Zach! Actually, that was in poor taste.
Okay. So we are back. Justin promises that he will be done Santa Clausing vegetables all over the Western Hemisphere
We'll believe it when
someday.
we see it.
But
He'll be back just in time.
till then,
Just in time.
For the season finale.
enough name puns.
Exactly.
Enough, you guys. We're gonna make everyone cry if we
You
keep doing name
rascals.
puns. Okay.
Probably.
So before we get started with some spin-off, some Anti-Hero Chronicles spin-off, which Joe told us that his working title for this series is Gotta Go.
Yes.
Gotta go.
What can you can't do something better than that.
I don't think I can.
Nah, it's
I
a
don't-
good
Gotta
one.
go
just-
with gotta go.
It's everything
that
else.
is
It's just
Gotta go.
like the front brain fruit. That's just
Yeah.
what it's got to be.
fucking brilliant. So I feel like you should just, instead of working title, let's just make
It's
it
just the
official.
title.
That's
It's
just
gotta
the
go.
title. But before we get started with that, I want to talk about some news.
World premiere.
First of all, tomorrow is the premiere of episode 7 of Kaiju Battlefield Sergeant, motherfuckers!
Yes.
Yeah!
Yeah, so we are now officially passing the halfway mark into the second half of this series. Really, really looking forward to this. Now, some of you may have been a little bit disappointed by last month's episode because it's only like a half hour long, 36 minutes or something. Even though it's, a full 36 minutes with like sound effects and like crazy action the entire time. Some of you still complained. I get it. But this one's going to be a bit longer. It's going to be, kind of more of an average size, an hour and something. But we're getting moving, and we're finally getting to a point where the boss battle is in sight. It's right on the horizon. So if you guys haven't yet, go check out Kaiju Battlefield Surgeon. There are 6 episodes available so far, all for free. And we also have a new little button for you to play with. It's the tip button. You can... The tip? Yeah, just the tip. That's right. That's right.
I think that's killed Zach.
So if you get Kaiju Battlefield Surgeon, then you're paying just the tip, right? If you pay the tip at all.
Yes.
You're playing with the tip button.
Just the tip, because it's free already.
Bok, bok.
Just the
Yeah. Just give us the tip. That's all we want. That's it. All right. But yeah, there's a tip.
I
there's a new
actually
tip
want
button.
the deep dive.
Oh boy.
God damn it.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
You can get both. Right? Okay, so
I mean,
what
yeah.
you're giving is the
It's
tip.
never just the
You're
tip.
getting the deep dive. That's the thing. So it just depends on which end of the transaction you're on. So yeah, the tip button is not just something dirty to make fun of. It is also a way for many of you have asked us if we could start a Patreon, if you could do something to help contribute more to our company because you enjoy what we do so much. And so I heard you, and I figured it out, and I said, Mr. Tech Manager, can you please give us just the tip? No, the tip field and the button.
After which they sorted out a tech solution on the website.
Afterwards.
Yes.
They-
It's all
right.
very technical.
So you can enter any amount $1 or above, and the reason we have a lower limit is because potentially, if we didn't have a lower limit, you could like make us go broke by like if you were to tip us 1 cent over and over, there'd be there's a minimum transaction fee of like 30 cents.
Oh God.
So we set the minimum at $1. If you wanted to give us less than $1, we're sorry. But that's just gonna
Why
have to be
would
the
you
way
do
it
that?
goes.
That really would be nickel and diming you to death.
Yeah.
One
Yeah,
time I
it
bought a
literally-
coffee at Starbucks, and I couldn't see the tip jar, and I was like, "Oh, do you guys have a tip jar?" And she was like, "Oh, how much is it?" I was like, $1. And she's like, "Don't worry about it." Like she just
Wow.
didn't want my dollar.
Jeez.
Ooh, fancy.
Okay, fine. Jeez.
Okay.
Because that's a generous tip
That
on a
was
drink.
like
That
a
really is.
30% tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, no offense, people who work at Starbucks, but like, you're really gonna turn that down? Never mind.
Speaking
Anyway,
as a former
I wouldn't.
barista, I would take it.
I would
I
take
mean,
the
I'll
shit
take
out
a
of that.
dollar right now.
yeah, please give me
I'll
a dollar.
take $1 anytime from anyone.
All y'all go
Under
give Annie
any
a dollar on the website
circumstances.
right
I'll
now.
do anything for $1.
And if you want to give us less than $1, you can just like come find either me or Jeff or Ahmed at Podfest Expo starting tomorrow.
That's
and
right.
hand us a couple quarters, and we'll take it.
Yes.
I really
yes,
hope
yes.
someone
Ooh,
shows up with
yes.
like $500 worth of pennies to give you now.
I'll
Yeah.
carry
And
it.
sacks
I
and
wanted
are
to
swinging him
support
around.
you.
I actually wouldn't. I'd actually be like, okay, I'll hire someone to carry that around for $10.
I'll do it.
Take
okay,
your bag of pennies and piss
So
you
yes,
off.
we will be in Orlando, Florida tomorrow. It'll be me, Ahmed, and Mr. Joe DeProfio here. We're going to Podfest, and we're going to be doing some networking there. We're gonna basically, we're looking for someone to sponsor. Basically, we're looking for cool podcasts for us to advertise with. I think that's going to be like our main goal. But we're also going to be like learning from the podcast people and figuring out, hey, maybe we should do a podcast. Maybe we should have some kind of talk show format thing that happens on a weekly basis or something.
fun.
I don't know.
Fun.
We're going to learn. We're not going to Disney Land or World. Which one is Orlando?
World.
I don't.
World.
We're not going to Disney World.
Fucking awesome.
I don't believe you. And yeah, it'll be a great time. We're gonna be there all weekend. So if you guys happen to be in Orlando and you can stalk us and look at Podfest and see where that is, because honestly I wouldn't be able to tell you right now because I can't even remember. Maybe you'll be able to meet us. I don't know. Maybe we should like do some kind of, I don't know, like fan
Soundbooth
meetup.
Con.
Some kind of like
SBT
fan meetup lunch on Saturday or something. I don't know. You guys watch the Facebook group, watch Discord. We'll make an announcement there if we find time to like do a thing where we can meet people in Orlando. And what else is news? Tomorrow,
Yeah,
along
this is
with
the thing.
Kaiju Battlefield Surgeon, episode 7, there's something else that Matt Dinneman wrote that will be releasing.
Yeah, it's not like the biggest deal though.
Not like the biggest deal.
Very unknown
whatever.
author.
Yeah, it's a not very well known title either.
It's like, I don't know, it's got a cat
yeah,
and bombs.
Who's
The cat's
named after
called
a
what? The kid
pastry.
Pastry? Is that the cat's
Yeah.
name?
Pastry. Pastry.
Oh, the cat's called Pain au chocolat.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh no, shut up.
Cronut, maybe?
Corona. Catnip.
No, I'm just joking with you guys. I'm not actually being for real. It's Dungeon Crawler Carl, and you all know what Dungeon
do.
Crawler Carl 5 is.
Well, you guys know.
It's up for pre-order now. If you don't, if you want to make sure you get it the instant it comes out instead of just buying it tomorrow,
The moment.
the very second it's available, it will be, you will be able to access it. So go check it out. The pre-order's there. Dungeon Crawler Carl 5. Guys, I had so much fun narrating that. It's the biggest one yet. It's almost an entire day worth of audio.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's a big
almost it. Like
boy.
23 hours and 30-something minutes, I think.
Holy cow.
It
It's a
is-
handsome gentleman of a book.
Yes, it really is. And it's maybe my favorite one so far. I don't know, man. Matt never drops in quality. Like, it's just, I know some of you guys, like, the last one, the only one I ever really see people complain about is the third one, Anarchist Cookbook, because it has the really
Great
complicated, it has a really convoluted subway system, but it's supposed to be confusing, and you don't need to understand it to understand the book. So I don't know. It's just fun. It's fun if you like puzzles and you want to pay attention to it, but you can totally space out when I'm talking about the subway rails, and it doesn't take long even for me to talk about it. So like, I don't know, just forget it. Don't worry. Even Carl is confused about it. It's
That's the
not
point.
necessary. That
It's
is
supposed
the
to build
point.
empathy
That
with the
is
character.
You're
point.
feeling what Carl feels.
Right.
Exactly.
So that's releasing tomorrow. And do we have any other news? Do we have any other releases?
Well, so just
Zach,
to like
anything?
spin off of that, right? So just in case anybody's curious about the exact literal moment that this is going to be releasing, as of 10:42 this morning, it was releasing in 9 hours and 18 minutes.
Oh.
Wait, so that's actually
Wait a second.
That's like very
That's
very
soon.
Should we do a countdown?
I don't know the math on that.
Someone
in-
okay,
oh,
someone put it in
As
there.
of what time?
Someone
this
put it
morning?
in their shopping cart. Someone in the chat. Someone put that book in your shopping cart and go to checkout. I think you don't have to buy it yet, do you? You just
You don't. And if you
Yeah,
have
if
it
you just-
pre-ordered and you look, it'll tell you right there too.
Okay, yeah. If any of you guys have the pre-order already, go check out. There's a countdown on Audible. Someone please tell us how much time is left before Dungeon Crawler Carl 5 hits. Okay, so besides that, any other news? Zach, do you have a new release coming soon? Gary,
I
Annie?
have Eternal Dominion coming up. I'm going to be turning in the first set of that today. That's a long and very complex fantasy lit RPG that we're working on.
Okay,
by
Eternal
Burn Dean.
Dominion.
Yes.
Burn Dean, that's right. And how many books? There's like already 6, right?
Yes, the man is insanely prolific. It's literally, he's cranking out like one at least every couple of months. So we're bundling the 4 and releasing that now. And then the other thing that's exciting is all of the composers for Behind Blue Eyes just turned their music in. and the soundtrack kind of blew our minds. So we had
Sweet.
Selena,
Nice.
Light for Storm, Andrew Filipov. They were even nice enough to like give us the stems for their music. So like we have
wow.
so
Yeah.
much mileage
That's
that we're gonna
awesome.
get out of those things. So,
So good.
and then Anna
Incredible.
just released 2 teasers on her YouTube channel that use some of Andrew's music, and they're incredible. So I'm like ridiculously excited to show like to get you guys like what that's gonna look like, because it's so
Splendid.
good.
So, for those of you who don't know, we are working on a new app. For anyone who has been tempted to murder your own children because of the frustration you have with our app, the new one is going to be far less frustrating. So far fewer children will die because of our app. That's number one.
is
That's
always good.
Like always, my number one rule is whatever I do, I want to make sure as few children get murdered because of it as possible. But
Noble.
also, we're going to be working on more special features. We're working with a team of devs that are more responsive to us and more thoughtful, and they're really excited about the project. And so music on the app will be coming very soon. That's going to be like one of the features that gets integrated very soon after launch. And so many of you know we have plenty of music on a lot
Tons
of
of
our
it.
stuff, and we'll be able to release that stuff for you to be able to listen to on its own as soundtracks, as OSTs and stuff. And so Behind Blue Eyes will get some of that treatment as well. Yeah, it's gonna be great, guys. So,
Oh, Jeff, is it true that focus testing revealed child murder dropped to single-digit percentages this time?
yes, yeah.
impressive.
That was well, and it was a
Singy
projection.
digis.
It was a projection.
Yeah,
It
but
was a
still,
projection
that's
for sure.
incredible.
Yeah, I agree.
Positive.
You know, it's really amazing what they can do with technology nowadays. So,
It truly is.
Gary, any new releases coming from
I
you
have a
soon?
release coming on the 31st of this very month called City in the Sky by Glyn Stewart. See how I knew that instantly? And because Gary always remembers.
He's
And
a
I'm
professional.
recording a super secret project right now, and it's cool and I like it and it's fun. I'll tell you about it later because I can't tell you about it now. Other than that, awesome.
All right, Annie, you got anything you remember? Anything coming up
I
soon?
think Prophecy Approved Companion is getting close, but I don't know if we've got. I don't know that it's happened. I don't know when the release date is.
It
Oh,
is.
man.
It is close. It's a
I
beast.
it is a bit of a beast, but Gary is hilarious. This is a really funny one.
It is
Yeah.
a
Jeff
really
and
fun
Gary
book.
are very, very funny.
It's so
And
well written.
I'm on both of Zach's projects that are coming up.
Yes,
so
Annie
that's
was
my
incredible
announcement.
as Nephilim in Behind Blue Eyes. I was listening through to start soundtracking the book and absolutely nailed it. You make a fantastic killer cyborg.
Oh,
But Annie is one in real life, so
Oh, perfect. You know, even better. They say the best acting is when you're not actually acting.
Gary, you weren't
Yeah.
supposed to say that.
And
shit,
I almost
sorry.
forgot, guys. There is one more title that's coming out very, very soon. It's called Chrysalis. The
Oh,
Adventure Begins.
the
That is
adventure.
on pre-order right now, and I believe it releases June 7th or 6th. If there's anyone in the chat who can check on that for me real quick, Chrysalis by Rhino Z. That's RINO Z.
I think it's the 7th because the 7th is a Tuesday.
Okay. So we're assuming it's the 7th. But you can pre-order it so that you don't even have to think about it. It'll just show up in your library one day. I
Like
did a lot
magic.
of this. I actually did a lot of this while I was narrating this book because I'm narrating as an ant. Like, no,
Yeah.
I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking.
I can
Like,
see
was,
that.
I was doing
Yeah.
a lot of this while I was narrating.
It is the
Method
7th. Yeah,
actor.
you're right.
No, the
Yeah,
gestures
17
make all the
hours,
difference,
18
man.
minutes. Go get it.
Yeah, it's a big one. And if you guys like The Stars Have Eyes, I narrated it basically as Joe Mulligan. So it's
I do love Joe Mulligan.
so it was really fun to narrate in first person as, you know, with that voice. I got so much practice. And I'm really happy to be continuing the series. I mean, the dude's already got more than 1 million words written for the series on Royal Wood.
Wow.
So there's gonna the next when I start on book 2, it'll be back to back. I'll be doing books 2 and 3 like back to back. So
God damn.
yeah, and we have no end in sight of that series yet. So all right, I think that's everything that we have announcements for. Let's do We gotta go. We gotta go.
Come on,
Gotta go.
come on.
Gotta
Pick
go.
it up here.
We gotta go.
Gotta go.
Isto was upset. According to everything he had seen in Go Loud's file and criminal record, his arrest and release shouldn't have been big news. Shouldn't.
Oh boy.
You can say that again.
Oh boy.
Grace smirked at Isto, saw the look in his eyes, and went back to business.
This is a good thing, though, right? Builds prestige for the firm. We can start building sympathy for Senor Molina in the public eye.
I have a feeling that is not what the press will be asking about. Let me handle the talking. Not even a no comment. Understood?
Grace arched a brow over the frame of her glasses.
Of course, Mr. Raita.
Isto threw open the main door, and the mob of reporters closed in.
Is it true that you are among the first to support the new GSO director?
Were you connected with the reappearance of Red Magus?
What happened to Top Hero Atreyu?
Why are you representing a criminal?
Are you affiliated with the Go family?
Isto held up a hand, and, despite the urge to silence the gaggle of press, kept his aura contained.
I am not affiliated with the Go family. I do stand in support of the GSO's new director. Everything else, no comment.
The crowd, unsatisfied with the answers they were given, erupted with more questions and pressed closer to the pair of attorneys.
Pardon me?
Grace angled her briefcase at her heels and, without apology, plowed forward.
Excuse me?
Anyone that didn't move caught the corner of the luggage in the gut, and if that wasn't enough,
Move it!
they got one of her heels to the top of their foot. It didn't take long for the reporters at large to catch on. They parted to allow passage wordlessly.
Congratulations, Grace.
On?
You get to keep your desk after all.
Back at the office,
Should be any minute now, right?
Asking that every half hour will not make time go any faster, Miss Chapman.
Isto's muffled voice rose from his laid-back position on the chaise in his office.
Why do you have that thing anyway? There's no way you're a therapist.
It's where I contemplate the fate of junior attorneys that make my work much more challenging than it needs to be.
Grace poked her head into Isto's office to observe him grumble, one of his arms covering his face.
I'll leave you to...
Grace started to head back to her desk at the front of the office. The relief that had swelled in Isto's chest popped like a balloon when he heard her stop and turn back around.
What is it, Grace?
I have questions, Mr. Raita.
Oh?
We were bombarded with questions as soon as we got out of the facility. Only a few were about the case. Your firm has a stranglehold on prestige, as it is. But no one really knows about the work you do. You're not listed in any of the legal counsel pamphlets in the jails or GSO penitentiaries. And time blocks on your digital calendar just say work time during office hours.
Isto lifted his arm and opened one of his eyes.
And that is a declaration of fact and opinion, Miss Chapman. I thought you had questions.
You're not just a lawyer, are you? You snapped Rebar's arm like a twig, and every reporter out there was acting like you were a lawmaker coming out of the facility. Just who are you?
Before Grace could finish her questions, the door to the reception area flew open, and Go Loud's massive frame backed through the door, arms raised in self-defense.
Hey, prima! That's enough! Now, come on now!
Go Loud shouted at his assailant between the rapid slaps against his arms.
I told you once! I told you 1,000 times, you little cousin! You keep getting your face in the news for doing the wrong things, and little Mariana is going to figure out that her favorite uncle is a criminal and a bad example!
Isto shot up to his feet and strode into the lobby. He could see the woman, tanned skin, dark hair tied up in a tight bun on the back of her head. He could not see her arms, though. They were moving too fast for him to follow.
Could we not, please?
Isto attempted half-heartedly to interject, but the pair of bickering cousins continued.
I was doing what I was doing for Mariana. Those putas at the bank would not let me in the back.
I don't care, Sebastian. You should have called. I would have straightened the whole thing out, but
There
no,
is no
you're
time
much-
for that, Camila. You said so yourself. The clock is a-ticking.
Goloud's voice boomed. Isto took 2 steps forward and put himself in the middle, shoving Goloud back with one hand and catching Go Fast's wrist in another.
Hey, take it easy.
Goloud looked back at Isto, stunned.
Get your hand off me, senor!
The lawyer glowered at the luchador, already kicking himself mentally.
More to explain away. You know, that is me taking it easy, Senor Molina. And you.
Isto made direct eye contact with who he could only assume was Go Fast.
Blood relative or not, I would very much appreciate it if you would not assault my client in my office.
Isto's eyes gleamed for a split second as he released Go Fast's wrist.
All right, fine, whatever.
Let's try this again. I am Isto Raita, attorney at law. I've taken on your cousin's case to keep him out of jail, assuming the facts of the incident are as they have been presented to me. I also asked him to inform you that I have a series of contacts in law enforcement who specialized in finding hard-to-find individuals who may or may not have slipped out of the country with stolen property or assets and facilitating the return of said assets.
Oh, you're him!
Go Fast exclaimed, lunged at Isto, wrapped her arms around his neck, and planted a kiss on his cheek. A confounding turn of events.
Tonto has told me so much about you. I am so glad he has a friend like you.
Isto tapped on Go Fast's tricep.
All right, that's... well, thank you. And you are?
Go Fast released the lawyer and stepped back before sticking out her right hand.
Camila Estrada.
Isto clasped her hand and shook once.
Shall we get down to...
The Camila Estrada?
Go Fast nodded.
See. Big fan. The 2064 Super Olympics? Oh my gosh! You were incredible! Oh, Chiquita, I know I was.
Go Fast patted the side of Grace's face. Isto and Goloud exchanged confused glances.
See, I told you. Muy de complacimiento. Very fast.
To business, then?
Yes, let's do that.
This way.
Grace led Isto, Goloud, and Go Fast to the conference room.
Oh, my friend. The big chair, you are the best.
Isto took his seat at the head of the table. Grace sat on his right side. Goloud sat in an oversized, overstuffed, and reinforced chair on his left, and Go Fast paced before taking the seat across from her cousin.
It would have been more expensive to replace the chair that was there. So, as I said back at the facility, Section 83, Subsection 5, Title C of the Super Samaritan Act, the use of reasonable force to obtain property necessary for preserving human life cannot be held against the acting super, should apply. We did confirm that none of the GSO agents, enhanced or otherwise, that you interacted with were killed, though one is still in critical condition. The only variable we have not been able to iron out is the severity of Mariana's illness.
She is very sick.
I understand that, Senor Molina. However, the Super Samaritan Act is restrictive when it comes to...
She has a low platelet count.
The room fell silent.
Thrombocytopenia that she inherited from her father. It started as a rash with little purple bumps. She called it her goose skin. Then her bruises were brown. Then the nosebleeds. We didn't know.
Goloud leaned across the table and held his hand out. Go Fast placed one of her hands in his and wiped the tears from her eyes with the other.
Hey, he's gonna be okay, Prima.
Thrombocytopenia has a number of curatives circulating. How?
Goloud spoke up, giving his cousin time to regain her composure.
Little Mariana's blood tests came back with undocumented super markers, and the doctors will not administer the curatives until the super traits manifest and can be properly documented.
That's bullshit. But it makes sense. And what was in the safe deposit box?
A sample of her father's plasma. Transfusions are required as a treatment, and since he has gone missing, the only way to ensure she gets the right marrow is by reproducing his cells. Go Fast would donate, but that would be the end of her career.
Wish would have been fine if that Pantejo had not stolen all of my money and left.
The speedster's woes switched to rage and indignance faster than anyone in the room anticipated.
I was prepared for that. I was prepared when we found out about it. I didn't even blame him. But he was a coward and ran away. We would have been comfortable with what I had set aside. Not living the ritzy life he was used to, but...
Isto masked the growl escaping his throat by clearing it.
Miss Chapman,
Yes, Mr. Raita.
would you please call speed dial 4 from your desk?
You still use speed dial assignments?
Grace couldn't help but ask, amazed at her employer's antiquated systems.
Yes, I do. Let it ring twice, then hang up. Miss Estrada, we're going to find him. I have an expert for just the kind of man your former husband is.
I can help.
You can. After you testify.
See. Testify.
Okay.
Well done.
That little guitar thing is great.
Yeah,
So
Yes.
fucking good.
great.
Very, very good.
So fucking good. Yeah. So, we, is it road trip time?
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Holy shit. Go Loud, Isto, and is Go Fast coming with them?
They're gonna
Run
meet her
alongside
there.
the car.
Okay.
She'll be there before they are.
I cannot wait. This is going to be an amazing car ride. Okay, so what else? What else can we expect? 4 more episodes, right?
At least 3. It's probably going to be. It's going to be at least like 5 to 6 total episodes. The spinoff is, and then just to throw it out there, the entirety of the finale for season 3 of Anti-Hero Chronicles is done. So that's all written out. Oh, that's definitely going to happen.
I want to see them fight over the radio. I was saying.
Yeah.
It's going to be even better because like as we have witnessed technically in the former episode, Isto has a driver.
Okay.
He does not drive himself around.
Yeah, of course he wouldn't.
And
Makes total sense.
Go Loud is a large man, so unless they're taking like a Go Loud's vehicle specifically, which would be like this big like lowrider but has to be giant because it's Go Loud's.
I saw an image of like he has a normal Vespa. that he's like a small one. He's like,
No, I find it more comfortable that way.
You can sit up on my shoulder, little man.
yeah.
So Grace is going to be driving.
Okay. Great.
It's going to be wonderful.
I'm so looking forward to it. I'm like in love with this series.
This is a good
so
spin-off,
far.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
really,
it's
really
fun.
excited.
Into it.
I am really, really glad.
Yeah.
And that's bullshit, but it makes sense. Is a reflection of someone who is familiar enough with the law to know that it's not always right.
Right. Yeah.
That's what that is.
Like,
in case you were
he
curious.
thinks the rejection itself is bullshit, but he understands
Yeah.
the reasoning behind it.
Yeah.
because the law says like, oh no, we have to document these new superpowers, and introducing a curative to these unknown, genomes and all those kinds of things could cause instabilities, and then things could go bad, and blah 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 blah.
Right.
So there's all these legal loopholes that can't be gone through. It's that kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I'm just super stoked for this.
Same.
I'm hoping JTJ will be back to take on maybe some roles. Well, I don't know. Like if it's a road trip episode, it might just be like 3 people, 3 characters, right?
Give Sorley a call on the phone. Like,
What
I
are you
mean-
ringing- what are you calling me for?
Who do you
Or
think?
if they're flipping
be
through the
that
radio,
full?
he could be every radio voice.
yeah.
That
We
would
could
be
do like a
perfect for
if Julian
JTJ.
comes on,
Yeah.
Julian, which one's Julian?
the guy from Love in the Time of Corona,
Oh right, yes, yeah.
talking about nut milks.
Yeah.
He's even got the perfect microphone for radio voice. The SM7B is like
It's the one.
perfect for that.
Yeah. Well, that is it for that spin-off. Man, I hope we have like okay, so are we still Ahmed, are we still chopping these episodes up and uploading okay, so I think that maybe at least these the the gotta go
Gotta go.
episodes maybe should be separated out for the future. And that way we can tell people about it, you know. And all that. So, all right, what is next? What is next on the itinerary for this journey? Are we doing
Classic poll.
classic poll?
Is that right?
All right,
I could be wrong.
cool. So,
The bad guy
we
poll.
had a tie on the poll. We had what? What was that? I want to see Go Loud. Bring all
the snacks into the fancy car.
Yeah,
I
that'd
like
be
to
great.
stuff handfuls of crumbly cheese into my mouth.
Yeah, that sounds great. Okay, so we had a classic poll. We
does
had a
sound
tie between what was it? It was the I'm the bad guy, or what was it called?
I'm the bad guy
Yes,
too.
I'm the bad guy.
Look at that cover.
And what was the other thing that was voted on? Let's see, let me find teams. Wait, my teams isn't up. I'd have to leave the booth.
Well, here we
right.
go.
Law of Strength by David Burke. That was the one.
Mm-hmm.
We're not doing it because they didn't follow the rules. They didn't follow the rules. They didn't email a script.
How dare.
So yeah, you lose the tie. That's how it works. Or else we would have had 2. We would have had 2, and I'm not gonna go digging. I'm not gonna go digging for stuff. So, like from now on, I'm going to lose my shit anytime anyone wins the request and doesn't follow the rules. I'm just gonna lose my shit. All right?
We'll have to look for it.
Yeah, it's valuable. It's fertilizer. This is
actually-
we're approaching a famine. I don't know if you guys knew that. So shit is at a premium right now in the speculator market.
Fertilizer famine, where people pay for shit.
Yeah, exactly. So here goes Kenneth Arant's I'm the bad guy too. This is a classic poll, which means I'm running this solo. You guys get to smoke crack in the green room for a little bit.
Get to or have to. I feel like we've no choice but to smoke
I
the crack in the
have
green
to pee,
room.
but it's
Harry,
gonna take
don't
like
not.
I'm gonna
do
pee
it.
for like 15 minutes straight, so the timing should be just right.
Yeah.
Yes. Invests in Jeff diapers.
Just got
Buy
your
stock and
face
Huggies now.
on the
Alright.
gusset.
All right, so here goes. We have a blurb. Having grown tired of trying to be liked by everyone, Aaron decides to have fun with the constant duels. He comes across as cocky and arrogant, but that's due to his newfound self-confidence and the knowledge that most of the student body are unskilled and unused to fighting. All right, so this is in first person. I got to figure out what voice to use for this character. Let's see. Who is our cast? We have Aaron Ulvani, who is the main character, 13 years old. Okay, I'm playing a 13-year-old. His normal voice is slightly lower pitched than most boys his age. I mean, okay. Though from a noble family, he speaks very plainly and is usually quite direct. Kami Ziral, a 13-year-old girl. Her voice is warm and friendly. She's intelligent, and sounds like it, but she's also a bit of a tomboy. She and Aaron are best friends. And a little more. All right, they're 13. Richard Bender, 13-year-old male. His voice is higher than Aaron's. Richard thinks very highly of himself, too arrogant for his own good. Teacher, male in his 50s. His voice is also fairly high-pitched. He's a snooty teacher at Aaron's school. Like Richard, he has more pride than sense, okay? And Lucas Malkfey, 13-year-old male. His voice is average. Okay? Lucas is proud of his family and their heritage. Unlike Richard, he can usually back up his arrogance with his magical prowess. He dislikes Aaron primarily due to a rivalry their fathers shared, which ended with Lucas's father losing his arm. All right. That's pretty crazy. All right. So they're rivals, Lucas Malkfey. That sounds like another rival fictional boy character's name. Anyway, sample 4, chapter 18. Let me think of how do I sound like? Maybe I think that's low enough for a rather low 13-year-old voice. Then we need to go higher for one of the others, and then come on, that one. We can use that one, and this one, and this one. Those two are a little too close. Let's try. Yeah. All right. I'll do one of those. I'll do that for the rival. No, wait. I'll do that for Richard. Richard Bender will have the weird high voice, and then Lucas Malkfey will have the scratchy one. Okay. Here goes. Sample 4, chapter 18. I stared up at the cloudy winter sky. Every breath partially obscured my view as the frigid air rendered it visible to the naked eye. The only thing about waking up at the ass crack of dawn to go for my usual run was the sight of the morning sun painting the sky. The only good thing, sorry. "Begin!" I heard someone yell. What was I doing again? I glanced down and saw a first-year boy with neon blue hair weaving his hands through a complex pattern that periodically spawned odd sigils in the air around him. Oh, right. Dipstick was waiting to challenge me to a duel, and my eyes shifted to the teacher. But I didn't know his name. The teacher couldn't have been long graduated. The mousy 20-something looked like the kind of guy you'd see on the Your Neighbor's a Serial Killer TV shows. Bowl cut? Check. Scrawny? Check. Bloodshot eyes? Check. Seriously, what was his name again? I want to say Manson? Which one is this? Okay, I'm not sure. "Aora! Down my adversaries in the waters of justice!" The boy screamed dramatically. Dude, that's your contract phrase? All arcanists had a phrase or keyword that called forth their contracted spirits. I wasn't faulting him there. I mean, it was still stupid to call out your move in the midst of battle, but whatever. I didn't make the rules. But the arcanists picked their contract phase. So, that embarrassing crap he just spouted, yeah, he had chosen to do it willingly. Summoning is so much simpler. I quickly went through the motions to summon my gate and completed it while he was still in the middle of drawing sigils in the air. "Hey!" I waved at my challenger, who was so surprised by my action that he lost focus and the sigils vanished into thin air. Sorry. But would you pick a number between 1 and 3 for me? "Don't listen to him, Richard. He's trying to distract you," the teacher interjected. "No, I'm serious. Would you mind picking a number for me?" "Why?" Okay, so that's the person who I should have done the voice for. Richard frowned at me. "Let's call it an experiment," I replied with a smile. But when they both kept frowning at me, I sighed and explained in a little more detail. "It's how many minutes you think I'll last against you. I found that asking this question before a fight tells me a lot about my opponent." "Oh, and what's your name?" I asked while pulling a small notebook out of my back pocket. It came with an ever-inked quill, the same size as one of those little pencils you pick up at a mini-golf course. I'd bought the notebook for a single cert, the coin denomination just below towels, last week, and I'd taken to writing down the names of the people who challenged me. That way, if they did win, I could find them again. Both teacher and student smirked at my answer, which I was beginning to find extremely annoying.
Richard Bender, and I only need one to kick your ass!
Dipstick sneered. Richard Bender? I ignored the taunt and smiled at him, perhaps a little too widely since his sneer grew more pronounced. Thanks for participating in my survey. I'll be sure to use your feedback for everything it's worth. I jotted down his name in the notebook, and I threw in his declaration for fun. Maybe I should start keeping track of the insults hurled at me? I can't imagine I'll hear the same ones over and over, so I should get some fun ones out of it. Okay, sorry about that. You may proceed. I motioned for him to continue while mentally calling for my dueling summon to exit the gate. Without needing another prompt, a basketball-sized slime leaped out of the portal and landed between us. Ready? I asked the slime, who didn't respond physically or mentally. Instead, it began to meander toward my opponent in the way that all slimes do, by squishing itself into a relatively tight ball and rolling forward. Richard saw this and began to laugh.
I knew you were pathetic, but a slime? What? Were they out of pixies and fairies?
I quirked an eyebrow in his direction. I wasn't sure if it was a reference I wasn't getting, or if he was really just that ignorant. In the world of GFA, all Fae were vicious little mongrels who would sooner strip the flesh from your bones and use them to build a new house than serve as a mage's familiar. Then again, imps were the same way, and I had a few hundred of them. I wouldn't laugh if I were you. You might piss it off. I finished. You might piss it off. I finished in a quiet voice.
Oh, right. Because I'm so scared of a stupid, insignificant What in the name of the divines is that?
Dipstick shouted in a shaking voice. Something I didn't immediately realize, but which should have been obvious from the get-go, was the fact that if you cram two slimes into a room, they would fuse into a smarter, even more powerful slime. And that fact held true no matter how many slimes you crammed into a room. Was I at 40 or 50 slimes the last time I checked? Doesn't matter at this point. Can't do anything to stop it now. Might as well keep feeding it and see what happens. With every insult flung from Richard's mouth, the slime's body shifted, growing larger and larger until it was the size of a horse. Then it grew arms. Each arm was long and thin, like a tentacle that ended in a huge fist resembling a boxing glove. Did I know why it looked like that? Nope. I didn't have the slightest clue. Did I care? Hell no.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
I shrugged my shoulders and took a few steps back. Richard tried to call upon his contracted spirit, but the slime wasn't as patient as I was. It banged its huge fists on the ground 3 times, then let out a weird gurgling noise that I could only assume was meant to be a roar before stretching an arm high into the air above Richard's head. I wonder if they've started serving breakfast yet. I let out a loud yawn as I stepped into the cafeteria. The sight of my fellow students dampened my mood a tad, though that was offset by the smell of hazelnut coffee, freshly fried eggs, and honey-smoked bacon. Despite the frowns directed at me, I was smiling. I turned as I heard the door open behind me and stepped aside as Richard came limping through, accompanied by the teacher whose name I still hadn't learned. Hey there, Richard. I'm going to get some coffee. Want some?
No thanks,
he grumbled quietly.
No thanks, he grumbled quietly. My father says coffee will stunt my growth. Something about it interfering with my link to the spirits.
Maybe so. But hey, maybe if you'd had some coffee before our duel, you could have gotten those spells out a little quicker. Eh? I elbowed him playfully, then walked off toward the food. I heard some grumbling from him and some whispered insults from the teacher, but I didn't care. I was tired of pretending to be someone I wasn't. It had done me no favors over the last few months, so why bother? The moment I reached the buffet line, I grabbed a pair of plates and started piling food on top of them. 3 eggs, 9 strips of bacon, and a bowl of mystery oatmeal split between the 2 plates. I didn't really mind what was inside it. It smelled good.
And sometimes it's better not to know what you're eating until you've tried it. You're more likely to find new flavors that you like if you just get your head out of the way and try a bite. After grabbing a few slices of a strange red fruit that looked like a cross between an apple and a banana, I poured myself a steaming mug of bean juice. Taking that first sip was like achieving nirvana. "Ilvani!" a boyish voice called out from behind me. At least he waited until I got my coffee. I turned around and greeted someone I'd only seen in passing since before I arrived at the academy months ago. He'd been on his best behavior ever since my dad and his dad got into a light scuffle. The shorter blonde boy with a permanent scowl on his face was Lucas Malkfey, son of Duke Thomas Malkfey. According to the anime, Thomas and Ulfric were rivals in their academy years. And that rivalry, unfortunately, continued long after graduation, though it was mostly one-sided. Everything my father did, Thomas attempted to one-up. When Ulfric became a lieutenant during the last war, Thomas was promoted to captain a month later. When my father was granted the title of Duke after his contributions in the war, Thomas used his inheritance to buy the title of Duke from the last member of a dying noble lineage. On and on their rivalry went, until it eventually passed on to Arant and Lucas, though the script had been flipped between Lucas and Arant, especially since Lucas could use magic and Arant could not. Lucas and his friends used to bully the hell out of Arant, but that all came to a stop after I took over, though it did escalate a bit further than I'd wanted. Ulfric and Thomas ended up dueling for our family's honor. After thoroughly trouncing Thomas, Ulfric made him swear to keep Lucas and his henchmen away from me. And to my surprise, it had worked. At least until this moment. "Hey, Lucas! Long time no see. Have you been, man?"
Don't speak to me like we're friends. I still hate your guts."
Duly noted. Lucas rolled his eyes at my apathetic tone.
"Whatever. I'm looking for the princess. Have you seen her?"
"Nope. She should be here soon, though. You're welcome to join me at my table and wait on her." I waggled the second plate in front of his face. "I'm sure she'll find her way to the bacon." My words were cut off by Kami swooping in out of nowhere and taking the plate out of my hands. "Told you," I muttered. I guess this is still me. Or this is still the main character. "Morning, Malkfey. Got the thing?" Malkfey gave me a sour look, then reached into his robe and procured a plain white envelope.
Delivered just this morning. I'm assuming you're never going to tell me what's actually in these envelopes, are you?"
"Nope. Have a good morning, Malkfey."
That's good bacon.
"Did you get any for yourself?" "Oh, wait, no, wait, what?" Okay, so Morning Malkfey, that's the chick. Kami, okay. Right? Is that her name? Yes, Kami, all right.
"Morning, Malkfey. Got the thing?" "Nope. Have a good morning, Malkfey." That's good bacon. Did you get any for yourself?"
she asked, rolling directly into the next conversation while we walked toward our usual table. I grinned down at her and held my plate high above her head. "You may be the princess, but don't start thinking that entity that entitles you to my bacon."
"Are you challenging my authority?"
"Absolutely not. I would never challenge your authority. I would, however, question if you could reach the plate. Shorty." That got a reaction out of her. Kami narrowed her eyes at my face, then looked me up and down.
"I don't know. I think I could probably bring you down to my level."
Before I could react, Kami's hand snaked out and grabbed the front of my robe. She pulled me down until our eyes were level. A devilish smirk appeared on her face.
"Told you."
Quick as a whip, Kami let go of my robe, snatched the other plate from my hand, and sat it on the empty table. "Ah, you think you're funny, do you?" I asked as I sat down on the bench next to her.
"Funnier than you." Prettier and smarter, too, now that I think about it.
True, all of that is true. But can you do this? I said dramatically as I pointed to my nose, which I then proceeded to wiggle back and forth. Kami snorted and opened the envelope Lucas had given her. I used the distraction to quickly steal back my plate and start eating before she realized I'd made off with the pork-flavored gold.
Aaron!
You're not getting my bacon back.
Not that. Here, read this, and make sure you're not obvious about it,
she said, plopping a letter on the table in front of me. All right. That was it. That was the whole thing. So, I don't know who requested it. Hopefully it was Kenneth Arant. If so, Kenneth Arant, thank you so much for requesting.
Nice.
That was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's definitely YA stuff.
Nice.
I'm not sure, how is YA doing lately? Is it still...
That's
is
a good
it
one,
still
I
a pretty
think.
dominant genre, or is it something that's kind of fallen off?
I feel like there's still a solid market for it, even if it's not
Oh,
dominant.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was quite well written, I thought.
Yeah,
So
I enjoyed it.
I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope everyone who watched it enjoyed it. If you're curious, the link is the link in the description of the YouTube video.
I don't
of this video?
think the link is.
Okay.
But I do know that the full title, "I'm the Bad Guy Too" by Kenneth Arant, The Duel and Bacon. I mean, that's not part of the title. It should be part of the title.
That's just the part of that's just the part that I read. Yeah.
But the full title is in the description, so you can literally just copy paste that into the Google machine and be fine.
Professor Google.
Yeah, someone, Nix just commented on Zach jumping up into the
Yeah.
frame.
That was good.
I'm kind of hoping you have, those little chairs in kindergarten.
Yeah, one of those really...
Yeah.
Actually, I have a hilarious story about one of those chairs, if we have
Zach,
time.
Yeah, please.
My friends did not... Oh, so we went to Medieval Times for my 28th birthday. My friends did not tell me that they had called ahead to have me knighted, which is a ceremony meant for 6-year-olds. So I had to sit in a chair that tiny, like meant for preschoolers. And I had to wear a cape that was
great.
clearly not designed to fit. And the queen was losing her shit the whole time. So, of course, every time a little child would come up, she'd go, "I dub thee Sir Timothy, Knight of the Realm." And then I sat down, and she just went, "It's so small!"
Okay, you have amazing
great.
friends.
Yeah, oh my god, it was
True.
fantastic.
We need a live reenactment.
I still have
for
the
whatever your
picture,
next
too.
birthday is. Yep.
Yeah.
You have to post the picture where we can all
Oh, I
see
will.
it.
I will.
Yeah, you must see that. But I really hope that you do have one of those chairs in the booth with you right now. And that's, where
And
you
that's
come from.
why you jumped up, yes.
That's why you jump up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you gotta jump out of those, or else they get stuck on your butt.
yeah.
He had
Maybe
to
it's
take an
stuck there
extra
right
second
now.
to
You
tear
don't know.
the
There's a
cape
reason I
off
keep my
before he
camera this
jumped
high.
up.
Just sitting there, "I'm a knight of the realm. I'm a knight
Yes.
of the realm."
This is not this was not an accident. This is the official uniform of the Knights of Buena Park, or wherever the hell it is.
Amazing.
All right, so that is the classic poll. Remember, guys, if you want to nominate things for the poll, if you want to vote on the poll, it's all in our Facebook group, which there's a link to that in the description, isn't there?
Yes, Nix. It's so small is something a man wants to hear a woman yell at him.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
Yeah, so go check out the Facebook group if you want to participate in the next poll. I think the next one's going to be a troll poll, so we'll probably all be participating. And follow the fucking rules!
The
You
objective
should
of the
save that as a
troll poll-
soundbite so that every time you don't get it, we can just play it
Yeah,
with a loud
that's me
reverb.
like, no.
Follow the fucking rules!
Follow the
Yeah,
fucking
the
rules.
objective of the troll poll is not to troll us by not following the rules.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
exactly
That's not
it,
it.
Joe.
That
You're
ain't
not
it.
trolling us, you're giving us
That
things to
ain't
troll
kid,
with.
that ain't.
Yeah, troll fuel.
Troll fuel,
Troll
yes.
fuel.
Things that you would throw under the bridge.
Troll fuel. I just had
Okay.
I just randomly imagined myself sometime in the future, tricking my children into eating their vegetables by calling it troll fuel.
Amazing.
You can become a troll.
That's
Yeah.
some Calvin and
Troll
Hobbes
fuel.
level shit right there.
It is.
Yeah.
I can just picture like little kids just sitting underneath the table being like, "Pay the toll, ma! Eat your troll fuel and just broccoli."
Oh, your troll powers have faded. Here, eat this. Maybe then I'll be threatened.
Yeah.
Eat your broccoli. Sorry, you
Eat your
troll
broccoli and
trees.
then I'll-
Oh, your
impressed.
foot stench is becoming less,
Less
lethal.
Pungent.
Pungent
Okay.
sweating.
So, I think this is our last segment coming up. We got some Gary's games.
This is gonna be a similar game to the last time,
There
and
we go.
by similar I mean the exact same.
Okay.
With
Except you have a new
different.
list.
We have a new list.
Okay, great.
2 new lists.
We have 90s cartoons and cheese. And I've got 2 dice. So the red one is going to be for the cheese, and the green one's going to be for the 90s cartoons. So it's the game is simple. We get a topic combined with some combined words, and we just have to riff on it for a little bit and see what we can come up with.
Okay, so I
was reading the comments and forgot to pay attention to what the game is, and I don't know what it is because I didn't play it last time.
Shall we go? I can
Yeah.
go first.
all right,
Okay.
yeah, Gary, you
and
go
go
Clock.
that way.
Counterclockwise.
You get stuck with a
Counterclockwise.
random combination from those 2 columns, and you have to riff
Yeah.
on it in whatever way you choose, basically.
Yeah, it can be a commercial. It can just be you talking about it.
Okay.
Cheese is awfully specific for a column, but
We got 20
20
different
pieces
types.
like that.
I
Yeah.
feel like I'm gonna know half of them. I am not.
Well,
I'm
you see,
not
because the
cheese
90s
educated.
cartoon is going to modify it. So, like, for example, just roll the red and the green. I got an 18 on the green, which is unhinged, and a 9 on the red, which is brie.
Okay,
So,
so what
unhinged brie.
was unhinged?
It was a description of a 90s
Of
cartoon, which I assume was Invader Zim.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we
We're
have
talking about words
adjectives
to
that are
describe-
associated
yeah.
with 90s cartoons.
Oh, okay. So it's not a '90s cartoon title.
No,
it's
no,
just
no.
Okay, got it.
We could have Invader Zim brie. So, unhinged brie. Let me see.
Unhinged brie.
Unhinged.
The scene is set. I am a piece of brie cheese on a plate, on a counter, facing the oven into which I'm going to be put to be warmed up. The fuck?
Shit, man, no. You can't do this to me. Don't you? I see you warming that fucking oven up, man. Hey! And I'm a piece of fucking cheese, man. But I could be your friend, buddy. You want to melt me in that shit? I was in the fridge. I was prime. I could have been your buddy or pal, but no. I saw what you did to the parm. You made little fucking discs out of that motherfucker on your Silbat. Good fucking friend, good. But hey, I'm a piece of brie. I'm French sophistication, bitch. Don't put me in that fucking oven, man. I gotta rind. I gotta rind for a reason, motherfucker. I'm meant to live. I'm sentient, you asshole.
That's what I think unhinged brie would do.
Yes. If he was hinged before, he isn't now.
Is this a triple cream
sentient?
brie? Because that's the only brie I'll eat.
Oh God.
It certainly
Let's
was.
say that it is, man.
Triple
God
cream,
damn it! Why
motherfucker.
did you say it? Now it's all I want.
Man, I'm delighted to get to follow that.
Yeah.
So here we go. Oh, it's such an obnoxious noise. We got a 2 on the red, so your cheese is gouda or gouda.
Good for you.
And your adjective, your 90s cartoon adjective, is loony.
Looney
Got a
Gouda.
10 on the green. Loony Gouda.
Wow.
So, I know that this is about cheese, and I'm just gonna tell you that 90s cartoons, they're a Gouda for you. And I know that that's a little bit of a loophole in the game, but if there's anyone that fits the description of Looney, I think it's Christopher Walken. I mean, he's in a movie decades ago talking about lions and tearing the shit out of everybody. And then he's gonna be walking over sand dunes talking about spice flowing and all this other stuff. I mean, he's probably aged a little bit like Gouda. It's probably still pretty good. That's all I got.
Oh man, I feel like both of you have done better than I'm going to do.
Not at all. We got
You and me
cheeses,
both,
man.
Jeff.
We got cheeses and we got adjectives of 90s cartoons.
I'm considering walking away after that.
I panicked. That's what happened.
We got a 3. We got a 3 and a 4. The 4 on the green, the 3 on the red, which means, Jeff, you have to do tubular parm.
Oh boy. Cowabunga.
Exactly. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? That's the only way.
Yeah, that's it.
Cowabunga! Dude, what happened? Yeah, I know it's pizza, man. Yeah, I know it's pizza, but where is it? You didn't get the parm from the delivery guy, man. Ugh, Splinter! Do we have any parm still in one of the random drawers in the kitchen? God. All right. Shut up, Raph. It's not funny. Bands, thumbtacks, ketchup, duck sauce. Are you fucking kidding me? No Parmesan cheese in the junk drawer. Got nothing, I don't know.
I love the fact you've duck sauce in the junk drawer.
Of course there's duck sauce.
There's always duck sauce in the
The
junk.
bottle
always
from
duck
like
sauce.
1998,
Ketchup.
and you're just like, it's still good.
I love that the junk drawer is where you keep all of your random condiments. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's all the packets too, which is what makes the thumbtacks being
I
in there
mean,
just like
I come from an Asian household, so that's how it works, man. Like you got in the junk
Sauce
drawer.
in the junk drawer.
You can find all sorts of condiments in there.
I feel like duck sauce in the junk drawer is some sort of double entendre for something.
It's not.
Oh.
It's not. It's duck sauce. It's got the panda on it.
Duck sauce in the junk drawer.
Duck sauce and tax. That's correct, Nick. Yes.
a perfect
Yeah,
combination.
you use one. You use the tax to
You
open
have
the
to
duck
get
sauce.
you gotta get the duck
Yeah,
sauce out.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
How are you gonna make
Annie.
perfect holes for your baby duck to suckle of the duck sauce? You have to use the tax.
She's stalling because she's scared of her
Okay,
cheese.
So,
what's my cheese?
You got an 8 on the cheese, which I have down as just goat.
Oh, not a real cheese.
And you got a
Not real.
7
People don't actually like that.
gratuitous.
Gratuitous.
Yes, that's what we were just saying.
All right.
Gratuitous.
Yes,
Goat.
this was made just for Annie.
And note, it does not say goat cheese in the title. Your official title is gratuitous goat. You can do with that whatever you like.
Well, I mean, this is kind of a ground. This is a grounder. You threw me a grounder because my genuine feelings about goat cheese is that anyone who pretends to like it is fucking lying.
Yeah.
They're just it's like it's the absolute gratuity. They're just like making a mockery of fine dining. They really think that like this is going to be the thing that sets them apart from the rabble. Like, oh, I love goat cheese so much. No, you don't. I've tasted it.
Yeah.
I've had that shit in my mouth.
Yeah.
We all fucking know the emperor has no clothes, okay?
Or cheese.
The emperor has no clothes, okay? Everybody knows goat cheese is a fucking sham, and I want you all to say it with me right now. Goat cheese is a
cheese.
fucking
I like my emperor's
sham.
name.
Sham.
Goat cheese is a
Goat
fucking
cheese.
sham.
I actually think it's dried paint. That's what I think goat cheese is.
It's not good.
Well, that explains the myriad things that are wrong with me now. If that's what I was eating the whole time.
Been eating paint chips. I never even knew it.
I've had goat cheese that was like it was infused with like raspberry jelly.
Yes, Burn, it has its place in the trash!
It does. It was awful. It was. I can't believe how fucking.
I
terrible
like it, and
was.
that sounds disgusting to me.
I kind of feel that way about blue cheese. Like, I love it, but some part of my brain realizes it tastes like old gym socks.
Yeah.
Like, I know I shouldn't love this, but I do. So, I mean, I can actually relate. I can relate to people who
Because I don't
Zach.
like blue cheese.
love goat
Oh boy.
You got a 15 on the cheese, which I think is good because I think you suggested Kasumarzu
I was
cheese.
hoping I would get that one. Oh my
yeah,
god.
You got 15.
Great
No
has
joke.
declared, So
Okay,
And
that's not
you
a real
gotta-
cheese, though, is it?
Oh no, I'm
you're
about
gonna
to tell
find-
you what it is.
Okay.
And you got a 17 on the green, which is hand drawn. Hand-drawn Kasumarzu.
Oh boy. For those who don't know, Kasumarzu is a delicacy in Italy that is a hunk of cheese eaten with live maggots inside of it. That's actually how the cheese is cultivated.
It's
a real thing.
Delicious.
Ah!
Pure shock on Jeff's face.
that is. Save this video. You're never going to see something like that again.
Hand-drawn Kasumarzu, yes.
You eat the maggots too?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
you eat the
Part of
maggots
the- part
alive.
of the
It's
dish.
part of the whole thing. The whole experience is eating all of that together. And, you know, I feel like this would be a really pretentious artist who only draws one type of still life, but for some reason he sells it for ridiculous amounts of money. And the rich buy things really because they just think that expensive things are inherently better. So he's made an entire living of drawing maggots inside of cheese and then selling them to people for exorbitant amounts of money, much like the delicacy itself. So, at a famous restaurant in Italy, not only can you get a hunk of cheese with live maggots inside of it that have been eating that cheese for an alarming amount of time, because they're in there, it's part of the cheese-making process, but have probably been carrying out all sorts of bodily functions inside said cheese, you can get a drawing to commemorate the moment. Because that's apparently what delicacies and fine dining are. So you know what? I resent that you say goat cheese is a mockery of fine dining, because I will do you one better.
It's so true. I was going to say, like, the goat cheese thing is a fucking gateway drug to this shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Gateway cheese.
Gateway cheese.
Oh, we don't have Gowan Gateway cheese.
Gateway cheese. If you like goat cheese, this is where your life is headed!
I'll let you
Gateway
know
cheese
how it
needs to
is
be a
when I
book.
finally succumb.
Nice.
Oh.
We good for another round?
Oh yeah.
Right, I got a 12. Cheshire cheese? I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Yummy.
And an 11. Badass.
Badass Cheshire
Badass
cheese.
Cheshire cheese. I don't know anything about Cheshire
I
cheese.
just had a great idea for that. Sorry.
Do you want to do it? And then I'll re-roll and do another re-roll and do a different one?
If you're willing to
Yeah,
give it
yeah.
up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. It's still your
Badass
turn.
Cheshire
though.
cheese.
It's still your turn. We'll
Okay,
wait
so
till it
you're
comes to
He's
you.
saving that for later.
you're booking badass Cheshire cheese, right?
Oh, now you're
Yeah.
just going to be thinking the whole time about all the great
Dude, I
things you're
already
gonna do.
have it.
So now,
Fair!
I think have we had a 7? No blue cheese. We have had a 17 though, hand-drawn blue cheese. I re-roll the green. Wow, I rolled a 17 again. 14. We were definitely in our Invader Zim section when this came up. 14 is organs. So, organs and blue cheese. Hello. It's really nice to meet you. I'm sorry if I seem a bit under the weather. My organs are blue cheese, you see. I can't move a lot because I was informed by the surgeon. Organs aren't supposed to be made of blue cheese. This was a revelation to me. And okay. And so I did request this. I did request this. But I want you to know that you shouldn't. You shouldn't have your organs replaced for blue cheese versions of them. It simply it doesn't work. I might die in the next 18 seconds, I'm not sure.
Goodbye.
I think it's a miracle you survived to give that monologue.
I actually got indigestion watching you do that.
What doctor agreed to that?
Some
Yeah.
French asshole.
Yeah.
Oh yes, you want the blue
Obviously
cheese?
a
I give you
French
the blue
doctor.
cheese.
We say
Blue
cheese
cheese
is life. We
organs,
take it very
yes.
seriously.
Joe, we got a 12. Dark. And that's the adjective, not the cheese. And the cheese, oh, we've already had parm, was a 3. Dark parm. A 9, I think we've had a 9. Brie. 10. Dark gorgonzola.
Real quick, Ahmed, can you prepare a guitar lick that's like
Oh man,
Horn
this guy's
jazz,
getting
you know,
sound
like
effects
with the-
for his too. Jeez.
Oh man.
Oh. Dark gorgonzola. Okay.
Dark gorgonzola.
I don't even know what I don't think I've even had gorgonzola.
It's a
I
type
don't
of blue
either.
cheese. It's a type of blue cheese.
Okay, stinky blue
That's blue.
cheese.
Okay. Have you ever seen the show Gargoyles? You know, like with Goliath and then those other guys and that crazy dog thing that's supposed to be a gargoyle, but he doesn't have wings or nothing.
Bronx.
What if they were made out of cheese? You know, like the moon. Would that just make them aliens? And then they can only be active and stuff and do what they do in saving. They save the city, right? Or do they just punch people and then each other? Am I thinking about something else? No. The gargoyles, they have to be made out of cheese. Gorgonzola blue cheese, just like the moon. They proved it in the 1970s when they flew up there and the flag was waving. That wasn't a movie set. It was just cheese. See, you go up on the moon, it's made out of gorgonzola cheese, just like these gargoyles. And it's the fumes, the wafting. That's what made the flag move, okay? That's how the gargoyles fly. I don't know about that one that runs on all fours and doesn't have wings. Is that thing even a gargoyle? Someone fact check this for me. That's all I got.
You know, like the moon.
It's like so casually thrown in there, like the fucking
That's
moon.
a
We know this.
scientifically verified fact. I think Neil deGrasse Tyson had a special on Cosmos about that.
Seriously, it's the cheese fumes that made the flag wave. It wasn't wind. It wasn't on a set. It was just gorgonzola cheese.
Cheese Moon by Neil deGrasse Tyson. You've all seen it. It's a badass Cheshire.
Okay, badass Cheshire cheese, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the best part.
On the streets. Down the rabbit hole. There's only one man who can get the job done.
Hey, Caterpillar!
What do you want?
Give me that! Give me that bong! I don't care where you got it. I'm gonna find him. And I'm gonna clean up this rabbit hole. Tweedledum! You put that down! That's right, I'm Cheshire Cheese! I'm cleaning this place up!
Oh yeah. There's no cat that's more badass than Cheshire cheese.
Oh man.
Okay, that's it. That's all I had. Sorry.
I want this. I
Yeah,
want this
that would
to
make,
be
like-
something real.
Yeah.
Okay? Can this be like a
Sexy
Soundbooth Theater
guitar.
original?
Yeah,
Please.
Cheshire cheese, the detective.
I just like I love the imagery. Yeah.
He's got so many
Cleaning up
abilities too.
Wonderland
Like he could
one
detach
time
his
at a
own
time.
head to spy on people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
If he gets put in jail, he can just like turn into like stripes and just like float through
Yeah.
the jail cell.
Queen of Hearts can't hold me.
So, I think we need to put like in some like, because like you can reserve ones, and maybe this we get some re-rolls. So Annie, you had a 3, which was Parm, which we've already done. And then we got, I think we had 11. We had 11, badass. 13. Okay, so your cheese is... The fuck? Ricotta. And your adjective is insane. You can have a reroll if you would like, but if you pick the reroll, you have to stick with the result you get. So we have insane ricotta, or you can reroll.
I mean, I guess I'll just stick with insane ricotta. I don't know if there's not gonna be anything better.
It's a pretty good.
So thank you so much for tuning in to my cooking show, Cooking with Millennial Meg. I just want to say that we're gonna make lasagna today, and that is by far my favorite dish. Okay, because we have beef. Okay, which is just like insane. Okay, it's like my favorite fucking meat. Okay, we've got ricotta. It's fucking insane. That's my favorite cheese. Okay, we got thick ass noodles. They are going to be insanely fresh because I'm rolling them by hand. Okay, and we've got some tomato sauce, which I crushed myself with my bare hands and cooked down into a simmer over an hour with some delicious spices. It's gonna be fucking insane. Okay, it's insane. So let's get started. Oh, hold on. Hello? Hey, Mom. Yeah, thanks for calling me back. Yeah, I just, you know how it is. Like, I can't quite make it this month with the electric bill, and I've kind of got this, like, new cooking show going on. So if you could just, like, if you could float me just for, like, this month one more time, I think that would be, like, probably enough. And then I'm sure I'm going to have, like, more viewers, like, by next month. So we'll be, like, you know, we'll work it out, you know. Thank you, Mommy. Okay, bye. Anyway, like I was saying, I'm going to turn up the oven to 450, which is kind of like an insane heat. And I'm just going to mix everything up together and put it. Oh, fuck. Ugh. No more electricity. This is fucking insane!
That felt like it was like pre-written.
Yeah,
It had a nice like
the mom did
ending.
especially.
Yeah.
All right, what we got for Zach?
Here we go.
Guys, I've been forgetting to keep score.
Oh man, you got 15 again, which on the cheese, which you already had. But
That's ridiculous.
I know. 17. Okay. So we got 15 on the green and a 17 on the red. The cheese is Asiago.
Okay.
The adjective, which is not really an adjective, which is something I wrote because we were thinking about Invader Zim, is soapy bacon. So soapy bacon Asiago. You can re-roll the green if you want. But
That sounds amazing.
No, yeah.
Soapy bacon
especially since
Asiago?
you said Invader Zim, I've got an idea.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Hi! Welcome to Cooking with Garrett! Here's soapy bacon Asiago! I made it myself!
Gar! Get back to the lab! We're supposed to be destroying the Dib Boy! Okay.
Try my soapy bacon!
Actually, wait a minute. Soapy bacon. Deliver this to his home. Force him to consume it. He shall be sick for days, and I can take over the planet unobstructed! Distribute this to the filthy humans. Make them all wretch in revulsion. No, I'm not trying the soapy bacon. Go give it to the Dib child.
Nice.
Well done.
I feel left out. I've never watched this show, so
You
Oh
need
my
Oh,
God,
it's
you have
funny.
to.
You like it.
You will. You'll love it.
It's the
so
most
good.
sick, twisted thing ever to become a kid's show.
It's messed up. It's great. It's so good. Should we keep going or end it there? One more. We stop now. What do you want to do?
what time is it? What time
It is
it?
9:24.
9:24. It's 9:24. It's 9:24.
9:24 where I am.
Yeah, 8:24.
do you
We
guys
can
want?
do one more round of very quick ones, or it's
Very
over now
quick
because
ones.
the music came on. Very quick ones.
What?
Very quick one.
Very quick ones. Mine is 17 and 16. Even if we've had it before, we're doing it again. 17, which is Asiago. 16, which is Janky. Dude, this Asiago is so janky. It smells like my butthole was rubbed on my foot and then put in an envelope and sent to my Aunt Meredith.
All right.
Okay.
Lightning
Next
round.
one.
Fuck you, Aunt Meredith.
2 9s. You got Zany Bree.
Okay, you thought the breed that was unhinged and fuck you, I got a right to live was crazy. You didn't see his cousin, okay? That man is in the back of the fridge. He is zany. He is absolutely out of his mind. He has adhered to the wall. Leave him out.
17 and a 9. 17. Another Asiago.
Please keep
okay,
your
fuck
applause
it.
efficient.
9 9 9 9 9. What's 9? Zany Asiago. Fucking hell, 9 and a 17. Zany Asiago.
Oh man. Okay. I got nothing. Zany Asiago? What the fuck?
That wasn't it.
I can't remember. It's like.
I thought what you were doing was the zany cheese. I was like, oh, that's pretty good. I like that.
It's pretty good. I don't know. I just went with zany and cheese. Like what bagels? I don't know.
We got a 20 and a 13. Annie, you've got insane Roquefort. Roquefort, whatever the fuck that is.
Rochefort. That's another blue cheese.
Rochefort.
I swear I'm not a Roquefort. I'm a cheddar, and I've always been. Let me out of here. I'm cheddar, I swear. Let my little cheese arms go. This is my jacket. I'm cheddar.
I'm sharp, I swear.
Zach, we got a 3 and a 12. You got Rad Cheshire.
Well, welcome to Wonder. I'm sorry. I am so buzzed on that Queen of Perla hookah right now. I have no idea. I don't know. Just go walk over to the Queen of Hearts. I think it'll be fine. It's gonna be. Oh, she's dead. Oh well. Hey, you got any more smokes, man?
Nice.
Very good. All right, thank you guys so much. Not just everyone here who played the stupid cheese 90s game, but everybody who was here
Stupid
watching
cheese
us.
90s game.
This has been a great Soundbooth Theater Live. Wow. Don't forget, go pick up Kaiju tomorrow. Go pick up Dungeon Crawler Carl 5 now. Go pick
Right
up
now.
Chrysalis now. I mean, it's pre-order. Pick up everything.